Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. So today we're going to be embarking on another expedition into the Cove, this time to kill the Sodden crew. We're going to be bringing out the old gang once again, so this guy's right here. And we'll just go ahead and pop into the provisioning screen. Pretty much the same thing that I said about the siren is all going to apply here. I'm hoping we don't get set too far away from the boss battle, and then everything else should be pretty straightforward. Like maybe something like that. Go with like one of most things. A few shovels, just in case we do end up on just a long straightaway again. And then everything else should be fine. We'll go ahead and find out what there is to say about the Sodden crew.
Prying eyes had become a nuisance along the old road, and so I undertook to receive my most curious deliveries by way of marine shipments. A sheltered jetty was accessible by a narrow stone stair off the back of the manor, and a discreet system of pulleys could hoist even the heaviest prizes up the rock face from a securely tied dinghy below.
Alright, so our ancestor was getting shipments of something by sea instead of by road.
The poor devils, chained and drowning for eternity.
Alright, and we kind of lucked out. This isn't the worst setup that it could be. We're probably looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope to get a scout 5 or maybe 5, as these are kind of equal distance away from the starting point. But at least for our first move, we know we are going to be heading this way. Alright. Got an eerie coral, which is going to take some medicinal herbing. Let's see. What do I do here? Don't really need to remove resolution. Scattering wouldn't be too bad to be gone. Let's go with that. Profound healing. Awesome. We remove scattering. No more negative 5% damage. I can deal with that. Okay. At least it wasn't some horrible 12-round debuff trap again. Pretty sure that was the first time in the last episode that I've ever encountered that. A debuff that has lasted that long, has come from a trap, all of those types of things. I feel like it must have been added recently. Maybe was vaguely mentioned in the patch notes in some capacity that I just did not interpret. Alright. As hallway fights go, this one is actually not terribly easy. That could have done like 2 more damage. That would have been a lot better. Unfortunately, I think we'll go ahead and prevent this guy from acting. Okay, well, that worked out pretty well. And then the other fishman goes spearfishing. So since Dudley is the only character that's taken any damage, I guess the judgment makes the most sense. Out of 4, I'm going to take 3. I could kill him to prevent him from acting. Let's just go ahead and do that.
The slow death.
Goodbye, sea maggot.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Ugh. Alright, seaward slash. Not the worst thing.
Give them no quarter.
And a stress wave. Man, 41 already. Without knowing what the crew is going to do to me, there is the possibility that stress is actually terrible. But we'll have to find that out later. Dudley, unfortunately, already up to 41.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
But HP, at least, is looking pretty darn good. Get these guys back in the proper order and keep them marching on. We've already scouted through the rest of this hallway, so not too worried about what there is to see here. Use a little bit of torchlight. And another not exactly super easy battle. Okay. 11. Could be worse. Good bleeds there make me feel a lot better. Okay. Tell you what. Let's just get you out. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good either. We were just stacking not good things on top of one another for me today, huh? Alright, alright. Well, all I've got to do here really is do a little bit of damage. I'm thinking we're gonna put it here, which makes the most sense if our jester or our grave robber get to go first, but suddenly the enemy is outpacing us quite a bit there. Okay, we did get to go before these guys.
Confidence surges as the enemy
fine.
crumbles.
I'm at 6. We could get the bleed. Awesome. So he is out of this. And then, do I do 3? I don't think I worry about that. I think instead we miss that attack. That was my plan all along.
Slowly.
If you're not sure why, then clearly
Life is taken.
my strategies are just too complex. It mostly had to do with, oh my god, why are you doing so much damage?
Their
Thank
formation
you.
is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Okay, and that should easily sort him out. Ugh.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Go ahead and get rid of that bleed. And not the worst damage, but something it would have been nice to have avoided. So this is a holy water damage buff. You know, I'm actually pretty comfortable with the highwayman's point blank shot and the amount of damage it does. Sometimes it leaves characters still alive, but I kind of think it's only a 3-round buff anyway. I should note that I don't want to actually do that. Someone remind me later times when I am not recording a video that at least until that gets changed to be something more than just a 3-round buff, that's basically just a waste of holy water right now. Because unless damage was going to do us any good against that trap, then it's basically meaningless. And just uses up some of our supplies. It's unfortunate. Okay. Okay. Yep. And that's exactly why I said that damage buff wasn't super important to me there. Generally, our point-blank shot is more than capable of dealing with the front rank. And if it, like, the only scenario where it doesn't is if it doesn't kill and doesn't move. If it does either, really. Well, obviously if it kills, then I don't have to worry about it. But if it, even if it doesn't kill them, if it can move them, then... which is actually... we'll just go ahead and go for the kill. I do need to get some healing thrown out here. But if it moves them, then usually them being in the second rank is enough for me to layer on some damage from other characters, and when I can do that, that is usually enough to sort them out. Good dodge. Now we should be able to spend a turn or two here getting some heals. Okay. Tracking shot the back row. Oh, that's something I hadn't really thought about. Okay. We can afford 2. Let's do that. Can he heal himself, I wonder? Hopefully we don't need to find out. Alright. Leave you and your sea breezes for another day.
This expedition at least promises success.
And then we'll check out the giant oyster. Needs a shovel or a dog treat, but we'll go with shovel. Common trinket, 125 gold. Alright. I'll live with it. I don't get a lot of other options, so I will have to live with it. And then we immediately need our other shovel.
Mariner, another misfortune.
We've been pretty lucky when coming down into the cove on torches. Like, we find quite a few of them down here. I'm wondering if I might want to if I might want to lighten the number of torches that I'm bringing. Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna try the brackish tide pool with Dudley and anti-venom, and this may not do what I want it to do. Yeah. So the brackish tide pool has a 50% chance to heal, which is what it did, and a 50% chance to heal stress, which is what I was hoping for.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Now, I was hoping for a scout there, and hence the buffed torchlight, but that did not happen. Instead, I will assume the boss is here, and we'll go ahead and use our campfire.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Then we could go with very little. Again, I should really be with accuracy and dodge him, getting some better camping skills on these guys. For a little bit of stress resistance, and then with a couple of encourages. There's no reason to really do any of the other stuff, really. Yep. Okay. Go ahead and rest here. Ready for battle. Let them come. I don't think they're going to come to us. I'm pretty sure we're actually going to have to go to them. Okay. At least no horrible surprise in the middle of the night. And barring any unexpected hallway fights, we should be on a straight shot to the boss. And oh my god, you've got some terrible history with traps, my friend. Alright, well, let's see what there is behind door number 1. Yep, that looks about right. Okay then. Right back the way we came. I can't win for losing, man. Alright. Other hallway. Hunger event. At least that northern hallway was basically just a waste of time.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Even the trap we managed to avoid taking any damage from. Hopefully, we'll be able to say the same about this hallway fight. 6 to 10, 6 to 10, 3 to 5. Alright, let's go with moving him forward. Then having her stun.
The light, the promise of safety.
And then her stun. Okay. Now, we have ended up in a position
A decisive pummeling.
where I need somebody to be able to hit the friggin' pelagic grouper. Dirk stab. Plus judgment. Ooh, bad dodge. Also a pretty big dodge. Oh, and I can't quite get it done. Alright. 5 damage that I wish I did not have to take. But it's not the worst thing in the world.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I would have to agree. That was actually a pretty trifling victory. Let's see now. Might as well use the last of that food. And almost everyone is at full health. Nothing else to really be done. So, I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
go ahead and strike a match and get us to 100 light, just in case maybe there's any light debuffs from these guys. And then we'll find out what there is to find out about this crazy skeleton crew, maybe?
Even in death, the captain shouts his orders, and the crew obeys.
Okay. So he tried to move her, but she resisted. This guy's got protection, stun, blight, and bleed resist. Man, his bleed resist is off the chart. Alright, all hands on deck. He's getting 2 actions per turn. Okay. Well, I guess we just go to work. He's only got 100 HP. That's actually pretty easy, all things considered. Nah, I don't really want to do that. Just go with the harvest. Unlikely to inflict the bleed. It did not. Oh, but that got it done. Okay. Well, we can stun him, but he's getting 2 actions per turn, so... Alright, not the worst thing in the world. We are going to stay on top of the healing, largely because I don't know what to expect here. Yeah, I don't want to suddenly get hit by some kind of an attack that I've never seen, or what have you. Let's go ahead and try for a stun on him. Did get it. After all, we will be able to point blank shot, which has the possibility of getting a kill on its own. And just to help that possibility along, get him down to 10. We'll use a bandage, and then we'll go there. Oh, perfect. Alright, one of his actions goes to the stun. He gets the other one immediately? Oh, man. Mutiny. Ooh. That is not an insignificant damage debuff. I'm glad it went on Dudley if it was going to go on anybody. Alright, he resisted taking more bleed, huh? It's interesting to me that these guys come in with a buff that lasts seemingly forever. Why aren't their base stats just that? Like, what am I missing that would make it more worthwhile to do it that way? I do not know. I do not know. I'm basically wanting to do the same thing. I did not get the stun that time, though. Let's see if a judgment, getting down to 11 this time. Thank you, damage debuff. Drink with the dead. Okay, that was purely a stress attack. Yeah. Rolled low on both characters that time. Heave 2. I do not want to play catch with an anchor. Huh. All hands on deck, so there's already somebody there. It didn't replace him. It didn't, like, increase his buff. Fair enough. Well, then. Let's consider getting him... Oh, my God. Like, an extremely wasteful point-blank shot. You know what?
A powerful blow.
So wasteful, in fact, that I don't want to use it. 61. Dirk stab moves him forward to 1. She does not... She does have lunge equipped. Okay, so Dirk stab moves him forward to 1. Let's see if we could get a point-blank shot into the Sodden crew itself. Man. Apparently jesters make for great drinking buddies, because they keep trying to bring him along. Oh, boy. Reposition there. Not really the worst thing that they could have done to him, though. 4 to 7. Yeesh. Alright. Can that do 3 to 5, and that does 4 to 7. Alright. Let's... Oh, man. Such is the crit chance. Alright. We could then flash some daggers. Awesome. I may get a chance to point blank here. No, not here. Okay. Less okay. You have a negative 70% debuff. 13 to 23. A crit here would be huge, but does not happen. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, all things considered. That would have barely done any damage, even if it had connected. So I am not going to lose too much sleep over it. Crunch. Alright. Okay. Something terrible has just happened. I am wrapped in a chain. I am underwater. I am immobilized. Okay. I'm still getting my turn, though. That is a thing. I'm not entirely sure what that did. Was I just unable to move? Was that all immobilized would have done to me? Yeesh. Foul thing be gone. All hands on deck. Okay. So I think we, maybe we lucked out in the party composition that we have here when it comes to dealing with that whole anchors away thing. Just because this... no, that actually won't easily get the kill. Gonna solo, which is gonna seem weird, but it'll make sense in a moment. Now, we may have looked out here in the way that our party is primarily dodge tanking.
They are cursed to float forever, deep in the swirling blackness, far beyond the light's reach.
Actually, not terrible trinkets that we just picked up off that boss. I would have preferred a little bit more gold, though. I'm going to continue for just a second here. Now, if we'd had, like, maybe a more traditionally tanky crew that was expecting to take hits, maybe that would have done something to them, or I would have figured out exactly what it was doing. We dodged probably like 3 or 4 rounds of that attack, and then finally got hit by one right there at the end. leading me to finally discover that it was going to do more than just damage when playing catch with an anchor. Fair enough. I don't really feel like backtracking all the way there to do that, largely because I'm out of food. Anybody that criticizes me for not bringing, or for bringing too much food, see, that can happen a lot, and it makes me sad. So we'll go ahead and just pop into our quest reward screen. I'm actually pretty excited about Holy Orders. I think that is going to be something that our new Crusader finds quite worthwhile. And a little bit of a mixed bag. Steady, Eldritch Hater. Steady is good. Eldritch Hater is kind of meh on a non-damage dealing character. Or that deals damage a lot of the time through his bleed attacks anyway. And then 2, I interact with curios when you don't want me to style of quirks. So all things considered, that could probably be better. It's unlikely we're going to have to do any stress healing for these guys, which I am still pretty stoked about. Especially considering we just went through a boss fight.
You will know the tragic extent of my failings.
I think we're learning the extent pretty quickly here. The crew returned the drowned crew to eternal rest. All right. Everybody leveled up to level 3. 3 of our more experienced characters spent a little bit of time in the sanitarium getting the quirk treatment done. And next we've got alluring sirens and sunken crews, but that is taking care of the siren and the Sodden crew. All right. Pretty nice. I wonder... Is the cove... It didn't like... I wonder if you gain actually anything off the boss fights, or is it stalled there? I didn't notice after the last video. That might make sense, where like you can't just... I could see a situation where just doing the boss fights might actually increase the level enough to only have to do boss fights. And so it looks like it is prevented that from happening by kind of stalling out there. Ooh, I actually kind of like the idea of that. I don't remember ever seeing a Warrior's Bracer before. Alternatively, that is also pretty good. Man and Ancestor Signet Ring. Sadly, that's not really that great. Disease Resist is not really something... Like, I would rather go on a short Apprentice Level 1 mission for this Warrior's Bracer that is common than I would like to go on a long champion mission to get the Ancestral Signet Ring. That doesn't feel right from a motivation standpoint, but well, it is the thing that we have to deal with right now. We are likely going to be taking out maybe one of our level 0/1 gangs in order to send them through the cove. I've also got a fair number of crests that I need to be considering what to spend them on. And while somebody else is facing death, I think these guys are going to be getting a little bit of treatment maybe in the sanitarium to clean up some of their negative quirks. Also, we could probably use a trip to the survivalist. It is about time. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more videos on the channel every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes, and I will catch you guys next time.